as of today,
believe now. Is it? I want to.
That you must make your voice heard for the defense of truth, and when people put nonsense on social media, you must tell them it's nonsense, not number so.
It's me rascal, me I tell you wickedness can't done.
People are saying that the vaccines are unnatural. There's nothing unnatural. God created it. It's nonsense, not number so.
I want to show you how true PMP is. Because we have to make sure that Jamaica know how we are. Alright, so
it's almost every day that them and them friends think that them can come and pitch on the leader of the People's National Party. Well, the leader of the PNP don't have to say a word in his defense because him have somewhere we have stand up in front time and we...
Y'all are trash. Like, y'all are so trash. I want you to know that I'm talking to you, so I'm going to say your name. Then I'm gonna call you trash.
There's a very fine line between freedom of speech and censorship. There's a very fine line between fake news and truth you don't want to hear.
Now welcome back to another exclusive for live. Now blessing goes out to all my viewers and all my subbies, all my well wishers. Like, share and also subscribe if you haven't done so already. Coming up in today's topic and review. Now a blessed Wednesday, my viewers and my subscribers, and I just want to say thank you so much for tuning in to another exclusive hot topic special. Now as this is a lengthy one, I'm not gonna waste much time with no intro. Now in this one, I shall be exposing Prime Minister, Health Minister, Education Minister, you name it, Police Commissioner, you just name them. I'm telling you, it's in this one. This one is very interesting and very intriguing. And before you start watch this one, make sure the first thing you do for me is to press the like button. And if you are one of them viewers there that are viewing and don't have a channel, make sure get yourself a subscription, a YouTube channel, and tune in, cause this one, because today's broadcast must be heard, cause it's a new world order, cause we have a new leader that's setting new orders to the world. So let's get into it. Today's first topic.
as of today, TikTok is back. So, you know, I did a little TikTok thing. We have a guy, TikTok Jack. He's a young kid, like 21 years old. And we hired this guy, and I went on TikTok. Can you believe what I'll do to win an election? And we went on TikTok, and Republicans have never won the young vote, the youth vote. They win a lot of votes, but they never won the youth vote. We won the youth vote by 36 points. So I like TikTok. I like it. I like it. Long years of American decline, and we begin a brand new day of American strength and prosperity, dignity and pride. Bringing it all back. Once and for all, we're going to end the reign of a failed and corrupt political establishment in Washington, a failed administration. We're not going to take it anymore.
Health Minister Dr. Christopher Tufton is making an appeal to the family of a 4-year-old girl who died at the facility to meet with the hospital to bring closure to the issue. Dr. Tufton says he met with the hospital's management at Bustamante, but for clarity and transparency, the ministry needs to speak with the family.
We had a conversation firstly around the management of that process involving the baby. I am comfortable and satisfied that based on the technical review, the discussion with the CMO, that the medical team did the best that they could, and that there are some technical nuances that would need to be explained to the family members. The challenge is that they have reached out to the family members on multiple occasions, the father in particular, I am told, and there have been a resistance to meet with the team. And I want to use this opportunity again to appeal to the family to come in. I'm prepared to meet with them.
Dr. Tufton is also expressing concern about threats made to hospital workers since the incident.
Now, my viewers and subscribers, a few days ago, I did a broadcast where I show you where chronic law manager lost his daughter to the incompetent of doctor at Bustamante Hospital. And as we know, anyone who will lost a child, them emotion are gonna be running wild. Now, the doctors them dealt with the situation wrong from the start because them give the man wrong information about his daughter. However, as me I say, my emotion I run wild. So you know him and the doctor them probably kick off and whatever. But may I show you how politicians stay. This is the only time you see get a youth, get them attention. Anytime them a try, bring down a get a youth. Cause here Christopher Tufton a go on a talk about say, demand them threatening the doctor them at the hospital that doctors refuse to come work.
The hospital has been traumatized, the management and those affected. There are still a few medical personnel who have not returned to work, and of course the police has been involved in that process.
You hear that? A police him a set pan get a youth, you know. A police him a set for get a youth, you know.
There are still a few medical personnel who have not returned to work, and of course the police has been involved in that process.
Him also, them are also threatening him.
I am prepared to do that, and certainly to advise caution that this is something that really represents a threat, not just to the institution, but to individuals.
So now him want speak to the man them. Look how long the man them want speak to you. And you never have nothing to say to the man them. No, you want talk to the man them. The man them no want talk. See the man them in mourning. The man them no in and no talking, brother. The man them a mourn. What happened to you? You ever lose a family yet? And you ever lose a daughter yet? Oh no, no, gonna know what I do to get the people until you know it start happening back to you know.
Believe now. You see? I watch his style now. Everybody know what's going on with my brother Bashy situation, you see me? And I always support Bashy, me I support. But I have to call on you, we never switch, believe me, I badness believe it, right through. You see me I deal with? Big up PNP, right through. Big up PNP, right through.
Evening at the presentation of Daniska Williams as the People's National Party's candidate in Southwest St. Anne. She will be challenging the incumbent MP, Xavier Main. And I told you I was seeing videos of a part of the event, and I was not sure whether I was seeing enough to make a judgment call on it. And I refrained. I told you I was going to do further checks to ensure that the video is a fair and accurate description of what took place. Well, I did that. And I'm going to, for those of you on Nationwide 90 FM, yes, you're going to see the two videos, yeah? The first one is which one, Nora? Good. So you're going to see and hear the first of the two videos, the one I got first, which gave the impression that the Jamaican slur, yeah, and you will hear the slur, yeah. No, you've beeped it out. No, it is a slur, but it's not an expletive. Yeah, but it's not fit for morning radio. All right? So you're going to hear the beep. The slur is the SYM. What you must go do with your mother. Right? You now know what it is. Good. Right? So listen to the first one. If you are online, watch. Yeah? Now is the time to get over and watch what was said. Yeah? And I will comment after.
I want to show you how true PNP is. Because we have to make sure that Jamaica know how we are. Alright, so
it's almost every day that them and them friends think that them can come and pitch upon the leader of the People's National Party. Well, the leader of the PNP don't have to say a word in his defense because him have summer we have stand up in front time and we big and broad and we not afraid and no boy nowhere not there.
Popcorn, make up yourself. Who can this my dog and survive? Make that count, you black no rise. Babylon empty away. Telling me we don't polite. A 15 and good pambelly the berita never.
Now my viewers, this man Cliff Hughes, I can never understand this man. Now as you all see that chronicler and a manager Bashy had a problem with Holness not doing nothing about or even speak on what happened to his daughter. So them said them done with the Labour Right Party because as you know, chronicler was a Labour Right supporter that did song about Holness, government bad this Holness. And me never hear Cliff Hughes come out and talk about it. And I say, how can the Prime Minister, you know what I mean, embrace government badness, and government and badness is a bad mix. Him never address them sitting there now. However, the artist and the manager decide that them done with the Labour Right Party and them went to Daniska Williams meeting where she's gonna be signing as a new parliamentarian for the PNP. While chronicler is there, the man emotion still a run wild because them still hurt because them lost them loved one. Now as you hear Bashy and chronicler say them done with them. So at the conference, you know chronicler is an artist. These songs where him sing are songs that people sing every day. Now I'm not saying that while him at the conference him fi say the SYM. However, some person, as you can hear Cliff Hughes say, splice the video with Dayton Campbell saying something and chronicler while he was performing at the meeting when he said SYM. Them splice it together and make it sound like a threatening message to the Prime Minister Holness. You understand? However, Cliff Hughes choose to pick out the point where the artist say SUM at the meeting, which anytime the artist said popcorn, jump in and stop him. But as we say, he's an entertainer and him a perform and it can happen. But the greatest thing when a man can come forward and apologize for his wrong, you have to accept it. You understand? Because what? We're not perfect. So when Cliff Hughes come make this like a big thing on his morning show, it's quite concerning because there are so much other important issue that need to be addressed in our society, and these people will say them are influencer and them are run news media cannot be fair and open to the public like I can about the issues them at hand with the present governing party. That's the opposition party. Them not in power yet, but we can see what's happening from the present government. Chronicler and Bashy, them done with government badness. You understand? Them done. Them gone on PNP side, and we know say PNP party has always been the party for poor people. So I'll get a youth if we don't want a better future. Say chronicler there on an artist, use him as an example. Use him as an example. So you can see say the government was there. It's not for you young people. You understand? Them only a use, you know. But ain't any time come, ain't time when I call upon them. Them a go say, I don't know you. So you better make sure you put your ex. You understand? Where you know, you're sure. Cause you see the day get our youth start unite.
So this was the video that was spliced, particularly spliced or edited to convey, a certain message. Now listen to what actually took place. This one is not edited. Yeah? Let's listen and watch.
Popcorn, big up yourself. Who can this my dog and survive? Make no count, you black no rise. Babylon empty so we telling me we don't polite. A 15 and remember God no man.
Hold on, we apologize for that.
You
It's an apologize moment. Yeah. Big up Chronicler. Are we there, man rule? That's how we done. Are the native? Where you go? Give me a next rhythm.
All right. So the first video gave the impression that the whatever your mother slur was made in the presence of the opposition leader, Mark Golding, and the candidate, Daniska Williams, right? It did not, the first video did not mention at all the fact, for those of you who haven't seen it, that Popcorn grabbed or tugged, at the shirt of Chronic Law, who uttered the slur and apologized, recognizing that it was inappropriate, not the place, not the time to have uttered that slur. Yeah? And gave the wrong impression that, and the other thing to point out, and I'm learning this because I made sure to call Miss Williams, and I was allowed or was able to speak with Popcorn and Chronic Law. And they were both apologetic to me, saying that it was not appropriate, but as Chronic Law said to me, Uncle, me's a performer, and it's a song when we sing, and the song have the SYM. So as a performer, me just say it, because I never really remember say, it was that kind of occasion. And Popcorn, immediately said no, and apologized. And I've also spoken to Miss Williams, who gave me her perspective, as to what went down and how it may have been construed.
I also think my reaction could be misinterpreted too. I don't see anybody speaking about it, but I was saying what with my hands in the air, but it possibly looks as if I was rejoicing. But if you look, you see me speaking to Mark Golding, and then the minute he curses the bad words, my hands go up, but I never had a straight face. I was saying what, and then the apology came.
So Daniska Williams there, So it's important that we in media have to be so careful now, because the two political parties are battling each other, and they are going to be at each other, and we have to pick through the fog, so we don't end up misleading you as well, right? So that is what is the totality of what went.
Okay, I hope you understand what Cliff Hughes was saying in that broadcast, because sometimes I really don't understand this, but I don't know which side he's on, because he's playing both. That's how I kind of see him, but it's not good. You have to stand for what's right, you understand? And that's what's important as a news media. Now, I appreciate you shedding some light on this narrative which a GLP bad mind supporter taking 2 video clips, putting it together and sending out a narrative aiming at them own prime minister. That's how much them dislike them own prime minister. And them a wish death upon him. You understand? Because them put this together now, these 2 clips together, I try to send a narrative like say the PNP them a send threat to the prime minister. That means that them a try to set up Dayton Campbell, them a try to set up Chronicler, them a try to set up, you know what I mean, violence in the nation. And that's what the Labour Right is about. Now I have a documentary that I am putting together about, you hear the show what them running around talking. Now, many young person doesn't know the history of where the show come from. Well, me they are prepare a documentary that's gonna show the real truth about where you hear Andrew Holness come as a show. What it represent, as I say, is nothing good. And if the government of Jamaica wants the crime reduced in Jamaica, me keep telling them, get rid of that show because it doesn't represent nothing good. Look it up and you will see. However, Chronicler, straight through like Night Joe. Chronicler say big up PNP, straight through like Night Joe. We don't even fuck girl, we fuck police. Papa Jesus, get a youth, them a see the light.
I watch his style now. Everybody know what's going on with my brother Bashy situation, you see me? And I always support Bashy, me I support. And I have to call on you, whenever I switch, believe me, I badness believe it, right through. You see me, I deal me? Big up PNP, right through. Can't tell you something, mama, are you side man? More puff, more weed. Me not touch girl, we touch.
And you see the day and time get a youth start unite against these rich oppressors, all oppressors that live out for them life. See it? And then now still want get rich after the demise of Get a Youth family. See it? Cause you have your mag. You understand what I say to you? And that's the thing there. Because what? You done run gone to your police friend them and gone on news station. Gone chat about say the man them a send threat to you. The man them not send no threat to you and to no doctor, man. The man them was just upset about the situation, how them lose them daughter, and the man them emotion I run wild, and the man lose them daughter, and man go talk all type of things at the heat of the moment. So you coming out now again and I make this broadcast pan news media because of your conscience about your man. You know what you do. And sometime the truth be told, you not gonna know what it's like, what you do to people until it happen back to you.
Savor this, because we've gone through a lot to be
This week I will reinstate any service members who were unjustly expelled from our military for objecting to the COVID vaccine mandate.
Yes.
Full back pay.
Yes.
You think you're not yet Christopher Tufton, and you say you're the health minister, Mr. Tufton. You need to roll back the people them money who want to charge them all 200 and 300,000 for masks in the pandemic time. All those teachers, doctors and nurses, you need to roll back them pay and give them back them job. Because see, the real leader of the world right now is saying that all of those soldiers who was in the army that were dismissed unfairly because they refused to take that thing that you was telling our nation as our health minister that is good for them, and if they don't take it, them now get no water for drink. Remember them thing there?
People are saying that the vaccines are unnatural. There's nothing unnatural. God created it.
Okay.
Only is a wicked set. The world a change, and me go show you up for one really is. You think you see nothing yet? Wait, cause we have a real leader, and real leaders make real changes, not false promises. Real leaders makes real changes, not false promises. Changes that people can see and people can feel within their life and in them pocket. You understand? It now got jingle. Cause a base tax you got having in your pocket. That's what a real leader does for them nation. Now me no see where number 28 the most honorable number 28 and the Dr. Honorable Mr. Marg have done for the nation. More than take. Have them in depression. Have them feeling worthless about themselves. While what? They just getting richer and richer and rich. You feel come down now. And you tell the nation say certain things is good for them. Yeah man, talk up man.
The hospital has been traumatized, the management and those affected. There are still a few medical personnel who have not returned to work. And of course, the police has been involved in that process. I would really like to see an end to that threat level. I think it's unnecessary and indeed it's illegal. And so my appeal again is where I can intervene to play a role, even with the family members, I am prepared to do that. And certainly to advise caution that this is something that really represents a threat, not just to the institution, but to individuals.
It's a government body and Julius and this me get from Uno would have never vote back for Uno. No wicked. When me ask the justice to my daughter, you have to come out and say Uno get checked. Oh my God, that a wickedness, me G. When me ask the justice to my daughter, you have to come out and say Uno get checked. Oh my God.
And certainly to advise caution that this is something that really represents a threat, not just to the institution, but to individuals.
That a wickedness, me G. Wickedness that. And it's so sad that Uno run a country. And it's so sad that Uno run a country. And it's so sad that Uno run a country. It's so sad my daughter pass and me not TV Andrew Holness way. It's so sad my daughter pass and me not TV Andrew Holness way. We see government badness Andrew Holness. When all politics time on no hawks for y'all, on want to look at dub plate for something. Me and law push out and push out, going on the dub plate. And this is the outcome. Me done with me say me done with Uno. Wickedness can't done man. Uno me done with Uno.
You say Uno nowadays politician, Uno want get right out of wrongs. I ain't tell you look upon it and money on no God. But as the artist say, if money could have made me happy, then me would have never be sad. So with all the money the artist have, still can't bring back him daughter, so the man sad.
Exclusive. Still look right out the wrongs. Fully dark, still a pre-crime more than songs. If money coulda make you happy, then me wouldn't sad. If something name love you woulda never do me that.
A tough response this afternoon from Police Commissioner Dr. Kevin Blake about the police's lethal force approach. It comes amid concern over the number of persons fatally shot by the security forces so far in 2025. The details in this report.
Now my viewers, here we have a growing problem in Jamaica where citizens of Jamaica are raising concern that too much individuals are getting unalive by the hands of the police. Now this question was addressed to the Commissioner of Police. Now I'm going to show you the incompetence of this commissioner, because if the citizens who you are there to serve and protect are afraid of the police that are there to serve and protect them, them don't know if they can trust the police, because it becoming a state of emergency where individuals are getting unalive and there seems to be a discrepancy. Now all the nation has said to say, Mr. Commissioner of Police, it's a fact that the young people them are people in Jamaica have access to weapons. They use it against each other. They use it to commit crime. The fact is that it can't be fair where the citizen concerned, you just brush this to the side and just say you're going to continue on with this slaying of individual, claiming that you are solving crime.
The Independent Commission of Investigations, INDECOM, says so far this year, the country has recorded 12 fatal shootings involving the security forces. That's nearly one every day. Some stakeholders are very concerned and have called on the police leadership to try and reduce the incidence of shootings. Police Commissioner Dr. Kevin Blake has responded.
I hear calls to the police to reduce fatal shooting and, be careful, watch the number is going up and stuff like that. We have a tendency to bundle the thing called fatal shooting as if it's all.
Why are you choking on your word? Spit it out, man.
Be careful, watch the number is going up and stuff like that. We have a tendency to bundle the thing called fatal shooting as if it's all, it's a crime or it's all wrong.
It's murder. It's illegal. So you don't come and pretend like it's not illegal. That is illegal.
He explained that one of the surest ways to get a reduction in fatal shootings is for thugs to stop turning their weapons on the police. But until that happens,
we will be pursuing criminals wherever they are. It doesn't matter what firepower they have. It doesn't matter how bad they think they are. We are coming. So this call to police to reduce fatal shooting it's wrongly directed. It ought to be directed at criminals who raise their gun. Because you will not get me to tell my police not to pursue criminals. We're going. Right? What I would love these agencies and these persons who are talking about fatal shooting to do is to tell criminals, do not raise the gun at the police.
That's the most nonsense I've heard at the start of 2025, especially from the police commissioner.
The commissioner saluted the members of the force who he said are on the front lines every day saving Jamaicans' lives. He said the state has invested heavily to ensure while they are trying to save lives, they don't lose theirs to criminals.
Show you that the approach to fighting crime is not working. You need to change the method. This barbaric approach isn't right. I guarantee you, Mr. Commissioner, that if you, as you say, you train your police them and you spend billions of dollars on your police them and train them so that they don't get unalive out there in the street, and I respect that. But I do not respect the fact that a youth can get unalive, and we cannot tell if what the police is saying about how the unalive happened really happened like that. Cause we have seen incident where your police them where you train unalive 3 individual, and because a camera was there, that's the only way we were able to tell what really unfold between the police and those 3 individuals.
I don't spend millions and millions of dollars in 2024, millions of dollars each month training my OST, my fighting force, so that they don't lose a battle against criminals. I don't train them and invest so much money.
No, Mr. Commissioner, you know, say you have to really tap your arms out on the internet. Cause first of all, that money the way I use a train, the police them where you say a year police them, that money is taxpayers' money, the same people them, where you train these police for, I feed them money, I spend, I eat, you are use, I spend, I train these police, and we now make you take our money for train people for kill our loved ones. You understand? You're not spending $1 out your pocket. So why are you make money be your driving force? How can you say, as a police commissioner, you are spend millions of dollars and you now make your police them go out there? So is money is a driving force, brother, and money shouldn't be your driving force because it's not your money spending. So you need to check your priorities.
I don't spend millions and millions of dollars in 2024, millions of dollars each month training my OST, my fighting force, so that they don't lose a battle against criminals. I don't train them and invest so much money so that criminals can take them out. And so if they just understand that it's a likelihood for you to lose a fight against my men, just understand that and don't even start the fight.
Now the nation asks you, as the commissioner say, listen now, you need to do something about your police them going out there and killing individual. What you need to do now is to make sure say your police them is definitely not going out there and killing innocent individual by securing your police them with a body camera so that when an incident go down, at least these citizens, you can show them some accountability about how the incident was unfold. Evidence is what solve crime. You know that you are police commissioner. How can you come and tell the nation that them fi tell the gunman them fi don't shoot at the police them? You are a stupid commissioner. Point blank and period. I'm telling you that. God, that's the most nonsense I've heard at the start of 2025, especially from the police commissioner. Bruv, you need to wake up, man. What world are you in? Don't make Andrew Holness fool you, brother. Cause if you no go out there and kill innocent people, it's murder. It's illegal. So you don't come and pretend like it's not illegal. That is illegal. And you police can go jail for that. You can go jail for that too. If you know that your police them are doing that and you are back them, that accessory to murder. And not because you the police commissioner, that means you exempt against from that. So you have to know where you do in time people appoint to these important positions. And wait until you come out and address the nation. Rehearse your speech, brother. Don't come out there like say, you know what I mean, people life doesn't matter. I'm not saying that you and your police them must go out there and do your job, but do your job properly, do your job respectfully, do your job with accountability, and most of all, do your job fairly. Do you know what it feel for a mother anytime you unalive her child? And then on top of that, you have a style of dragging the body after them unalive on the floor like a piece of meat. And a parent have to witness that. Ask yourself, a son witness that, a brother witness that. How can they have respect for you, the one who is there to serve and protect? This mind game you all play with people emotion is unbearable. Uno should be ashamed of yourself. All these things need to stop. And then you are come and act all honorable. Listen, bruv. You need to address the nation with respect and fairness. That's the only way you're going to see crime reduce in our nation. Going out there and unaliving people, children, traumatizing a mother with no accountability is unlawful. And any police in Jamaica get caught on video or even think for unalive a man and place gun upon him, and anytime the person unalive, I drag them on the ground like piece of meat, them should get kicked off the force. Cause that's not a human. He's an animal that doesn't have no humanity within him. Until you come out and you address the nation, you know say within your heart you can justify it. Because one day, Mr. Commissioner, all of them decisions the way you make for take a life, you're gonna have to answer to the big man, You better know that.
After years and years of illegal and unconstitutional federal efforts to restrict free expression, I will also sign an executive order to immediately stop all government censorship and bring back free speech to America.
Oh my God. It's like night and day. Thank you, God. Thank you, God.
There are societies that we look on them and say, these societies are the beacons of freedom. And in those societies, they have recognized the dangers of allowing this kind of unregulated free flow of misinformation to reign. In countries like Canada, for example, even in the United States, they have taken steps through their Senate, through their Congress, through their Parliament, to call in the social media companies and say, listen, we see where your social media platforms have tried to influence our elections. You have to moderate, because they realize it is creating a problem. It is an accelerant for conspiracies. It is being used to mislead and misinform.
Now, my viewers and my subscribers, how intriguing is that to hear the Prime Minister, Andrew Holness? I hope you see the difference between a leader that is for his people and a leader that is just a follower. Because clearly in that speech from Andrew Holness, you hear him saying that America and Canada agree with this censorship of them nation. But that's a lie from the pit of hell and so far from the truth. Because at present, the way things stand in America, this present moment, since Donald Trump got into power, that law has now been changed.
After years and years of illegal and unconstitutional federal efforts to restrict free expression, I will also sign an executive order to immediately stop all government censorship and bring back free speech to America.
Oh my God. It's like night and day. Thank you, God. Thank you, God.
That's the old law of Joe Biden and Kamala Harris. Yeah. That law no longer exists, Andrew Holness. So you can't bully Jamaica people no more about freedom of speech and about your track people. Them days they're done. As you hear a real leader, the President Donald Trump, say no government from now on have the authority to sensitize anyone. You understand? That is a leader. So it only show you say Andrew Holness doesn't agree with Donald Trump policies. That's why me show you say he was for Kamala Harris. Him vex to know say Donald Trump win, you know. Cause he know say all of these policies them where him a bring into Jamaica where he's oppressing the people them is now have to be retracted because Trump now go have it. You understand? Because Trump coming for Jamaica, you know. You be say, Andrew Holness and him Chinese friend them, I go just run Jamaica, so. Nah, him in a trouble, alright. Me keep telling you, you know. Only not see the changes of the big boss I make in the world. You don't see the Democrat leader. Look on Kamala Harris. Look on Joe Biden. Look on them. She a kill them.
Look, me shame. Shame and kill me.
And as you can see, America speak. Millions, majority of people in America speak. And I said we someone Jamaica people, the people them of God, who rise up against this Obia party. How much blog and show now all the corruption, all the darkness from this Jamaica Labour Party where them bring down upon the land. Listen man, wanna make sure you like up this video, share out this video. Make sure so you share it to each and every one on the family member. Tell them to share it wide and far. Wanna like up the video, cause me I go all out in this one, you know. Me I be it education minister, me I be it police commissioner, me I be it prime minister, me I be it health minister. Me I give it to all of them. Raw dog in this one. Because you know what? Time come for changes. And see Donald Trump I make the first move of change in the world. And want to listen to Marky Mark policies them. And Mr. Marky Mark, you need to look at Donald Trump and take a page out of him book and don't be a follower. Be a leader, brother. Make changes where Andrew Holness would never know, say, you would have make for better the people them of Jamaica and see if you not stay in that for the rest of your life. Because from the people them to say you are the good for them, you know, they will always vote for you. Because you is a man of God. Andrew Holness is a man who believe in the Obi and the black magic and all of them something there. So him already lose. Because there is no way the devil is bigger than God. You understand? So Marky Mark, let's go. Let's go, Marky Mark. More hear you come out and more hear you make policies. You have to start drive it into the paper them. We have 7 months away from this election. We need to hear the strong policies them. We need to hear more about the land distribution. Where we are going to distribute when PNP win all across Jamaica. We now go on like number 28. Where in 9 years, him give 300 and odd houses. Where him go on over 3 million people in Jamaica. And him make only 300 houses in 9 years. You work out the calculation. We won't live that long. You work out the calculation. We won't live them many years there. So we want it now. So Marky Jinta will go in, you know. Yeah? Land distribution. And you need to think of Jamaica resources. The resources them we have. You are the Prime Minister, you know. So if you not look and make changes for your nation, for better your people them, that money stack up in the people them pocket. Them have money till them not want money. And we can't give with that. You know, see number 28 take the healing of the nation with herbs and give permission to foreigners for come. Cultivate herb, the healing of the nation. And them a come in our Jamaica and take our herb and distribute it all over foreign as medical marijuana. And why them name it medical marijuana is because them know the purpose of it. It actually healing people all across the world. So how can we have that as a nation and we are poor when we have everything? Do something for the nation. Give them something that everybody can benefit off of. We only have one life to live. We can't wait forever for ours. Like what number 28 is promising. When I think about this man and him promises, my grandmother tell me, promises is a comfort to a fool. We want to see real action. We want a leader that's lead. A leader with his own initiative, not the initiative of someone else. And that is what missing from Jamaica. Now Mark Golding, may I go all out for you as whether them want to say you are British or whether ever you want to be. Cause as Donald Trump say, race and color doesn't exist.
This week,
and I am
will
going to be meeting with the
also
Justice
end
Department
the
just so they know.
government policy of trying to socially engineer race and gender into every aspect of public and private life.
Anytime you can say number 28, I make this big speech, but his party doesn't discriminate,
I want to say to you, the people who have chosen to be a part of the Jamaica Labour Party. The Jamaica Labour Party does not use or endorse the use of social media to attack people's character, to assassinate people's character, to spread misinformation. Much of what is being done is, in fact, against the laws. And you're going to see some actions very shortly for those persons.
You see, viewers and subscribers, if this Prime Minister was true to his words, would make him a great leader. But he's such a hypocrite. He's full of so much hypocrisy. Here we have him making this big announcement against social media personnel talking about him, and his government. And he's saying that it's misinformation and it's actually illegal. It's a criminal offense. And he's shortly gonna take actions against these persons, these social media personnel, bloggers, influencers that speak against his governing. Now we have witnessed, we are members of his cabinet, member of parliament, come out blatantly on social media, make racial slur, all kind of disrespect to the opposition leader, Mark Golding, which is a criminal offense. And mainly because they are public servant, member of parliament, coming out doing these things. We have seen it all the discrimination, all the racist slur, racist abuse, which is a criminal offense. And this government right here, his own words, says it's a criminal offense and he's gonna take action shortly against who? Social media influencers. Him doesn't see the parliamentarian that he take our taxpayers' money and give them almost 300% increase that are breaking the law.
I believe that there is an effort to be dishonest and divisive and manipulative relating to the sensitivity of race coming from that side, and it must stop. It is disgraceful. It is low. Shame. It is that side who goes on the international scale and speaks of discrimination. Yet you come here with this hateful narrative talking about allegiances when there are people on your side who are not even born here. Shame, and it will not continue.
Much of what is being done is in fact against the laws, and you're going to see some actions very shortly for those persons.
Him no do nothing about it. So how can we believe in this man? Don't you see this man is full of what? You said. Comment it down in the comment section. Number 28 is full of. Put it in the comment section. Listen to this man. Embarrassing.
Much of what is being done is in fact against the laws, and you're going to see some actions very shortly for those persons.
This week,
and I am going to be meeting with the Justice Department,
the
so they know.
government policy of trying to socially engineer race and gender into every aspect of public and private life.
Balkanization, divide and conquer. Call it out. Don't give it lip service. Explain what it is. Ban it with executive orders.
We will forge a society that is colorblind and merit-based.
Meritocracy. Federal law, no federal money to any.
And anytime you look how they discriminating and them racial abuse onto Marky Mark, it's gonna soon becomes illegal. You know, hear Donald Trump telling us it's gonna be illegal. If I come with a race card, the color of a man's skin doesn't matter. The legendary Bob Marley tell you, until the color of a man's skin is no significance to none of us, then that are the way we are gonna be a better nation. So when you now come with a little race card and then you make big speech, bruv, you need to stop it. I don't like it, because I keep telling you, the internet, all you have to do is just ask it, and it will show you everything you said from the time you come into power until now. Number 28. And you need to change your ways, brother. You need to change your ways, and you need to stop blame other people for your actions, because the saying tell you a man shall get paid according to his own actions. And everything that you doing, we as a nation, we can see. Outside people of Jamaica can see. People of foreign can see. And it's only a matter of time. It's gonna come back and hit you so hard. You gonna wish if you had take my foolish advice.
A young person made a post on social media that bordered on being defamatory, probably libelous. The person was tracked and their identity discovered. Long and short, the person was put up to doing this by another political organization. And we have been tracking several such cases where you see some posts being made that border on defamatory or libelous. And when you dig behind, which we have the capabilities to do, and to discover the people behind these accounts, there are young persons being recruited to do this. It is purely out of good conscience that many of them we don't pursue. Purely out of good conscience that many of them we don't pursue.
Now you hear that, viewers. Clearly out of his good conscience make him not pursue them and lock them up. Out of his good conscience, you know. For love, Papa Jesus.
Because they are young people, they are being misled, they are being used for the wrong purpose. Because they are native to social media, they are being used to manipulate social media, to comment on posts negatively, to spread rumors about people, to do some really nasty things. And you're going to see some actions very shortly for those persons. Much of what is being done is in fact against the law.
So you see, you hear it for yourself coming from his mouth. Now, my point is the law should apply to the citizens in the same way it should apply to the politicians. Because without fairness, we can't have a balanced nation. And number 28 is the kind of leader that thinks the politicians are above the law. The politicians should not be held accountable as how the citizens should be held accountable. It's like a two different law applies, and we see it within his governance. His parliamentarians are above criticism, are above the law. They must not be held accountable for nothing, for their actions, for their behavior. He goes as far as to even bring in the integrity commissioner of the country to court so that they can remove the law that says politicians can be held accountable for enriching themselves out of taxpayers' money. What kind of leader is that? What leader does that? Ask yourself, what good governance is that? Are we a stupid nation? Are we a monkey nation? What are we? Listen, yeah, this man need to step down, cause this kind of politics, what he's playing, cannot goes on any longer. It's destroying the whole nation. It's destroying a whole nation of people. This cannot be fair without fairness. The politicians, if them break the law, them need to go to jail. Them need to get kicked out of politics. You said, you promised us that you will give them the increase so that we can have better parliamentarian. And since them get the increase, these politicians, these parliamentarian and your Holness gotten worse. And the main reason for that is because you doesn't hold none of them accountable for none actions with them do. It's like a parent growing up a child, and no matter how much wrongs the child do, you doesn't discipline the child. You think that child gonna grow up to any good? That's the kind of politics you playing with the Jamaican people. You need to start all these politicians accountable. Delroy Chuck need for go.
Justice Minister Delroy Chuck says he has told his colleagues not to provide information requested by the Integrity Commission on the salaries of their spouses and children. He was speaking during a brief meeting of the Integrity Commission Oversight Committee on Tuesday.
Why is the Integrity Commission asking members
to indicate the salaries of their spouse. I mean, or sometimes of their children. And you see, I don't know if this is something that is appropriate, Chairman, because I have advised the relevant member, let them know your spouse is not prepared to divulge their salary to her or him, and therefore he or she cannot so report it.
But in a swift response, the Commission's chairman, retired Justice Seymour Panton, chastised Chuck over his comments, saying they could undermine good governance. Panton deemed the advice potentially an offense and questioned Chuck's example for public officers, stating in some countries the minister would have been relieved of his ministerial responsibility. The chairman says it's not difficult to see that it is very easy to hide income and assets in the names of relatives. Chuck piloted the Integrity Commission Act when it was approved by Parliament in 2017. The law includes a provision that persons required to make income filings shall include information such as income and assets known to them about their spouses and children. There are exceptions for adult children who do not live with the declarant or for estranged spouses. And the opposition People's National Party is calling for the immediate resignation of Justice Minister Delroy Chuck over the controversial comments. Opposition spokesperson on justice, Senator Donna Scott Motley, labeled Minister Chuck's statement as an open insult on Jamaica's legal framework.
It is really shocking to hear the Minister of Justice.
You see what he said, you don't address the situation none at all. You are an embarrassment to Jamaica. Now, Mr. Honorable number 28, what I'm about to say, may I say it with no apology. And you can take it or you want to take it. Take it as a threat. Take it or you want to take it. But I'm telling you, yeah, you see, yeah, if you don't do what we, the taxpayers, are paying you what to do, yeah, we gonna have to do it for you. We gonna have to start do your job for you. Cause you have to make sure, say, Mr. Delroy Chuck resign. Cause if you not make him resign, you know, we, the people, gonna have to take the law in our own hands and do your job for you and make him resign. Him have to step down. And we don't want it, got to that. So please, do the honorable thing as the Prime Minister of Jamaica and remove this man immediately. Yeah? Because we're tired of him and him disrespect. He have done this several times. At 2025 we in. As a man in my comment section remind me the other day that we're not in the 20th century. We are in the 21st century. Papa Jesus. Who wants a real changes? Who wants a real actions? You need to remove this man from out of Parliament. And you need to address or arrest these parliamentarians that making racial abuse to any member of society. And I told you that giving them these kind of money won't increase their performance. It's only gonna make them more corrupt, make them more labor. They just feel like now they're above the law. And this is what we facing in 2025. We can't continue this way.
We have too many good news items, too many achievements that you need to promote without having to resort to attacking people. No, we deal with policies and programs and principles. People who don't have policies, who don't have programs, and don't have principles, they try to attack people.
There's a very fine line between freedom of speech and censorship. There's a very fine line between fake news and truth you don't want to hear. Believe me, I know this. I am Cuban. By now, everybody on them auntie who talks freely on any social media platform has seen this. And by now, everybody panty must be in a bundle already. I have seen mass hysteria coming from many influencers, many people who create content on social media. And trust me, I was like one of those people that the Prime Minister said that, oh, we have educated persons who have gone to university who are falling for all this false misinformation and fake news. I almost was like, oh my God, I have to take my TikTok account down. But thank goodness I was really paying attention in reading comprehension class in Cuba, where they made us sit down for hours and hours and analyze and comprehend Jose Marti literature. And not no gusto. But there's a very fine line between these two. And yes, we cannot deny that there is a lot of misinformation out there. There's a lot of fake news out there. And to give you a piece of information that I want you to look into, to do your own research, to educate yourself, to prepare yourself so that you're not in fear. Because we usually fear things that we don't know. I want you to look into this company, Cambridge Analytica. This is a 2020 post, but there is a very informative documentary on Netflix about Cambridge Analytica that even speaks of Trinidad and Tobago. It explains how elections are manipulated through fake news and through social media. Look up Cambridge Analytica, do your research, educate yourself regarding fake news and how it can affect your decision making. If you have been part of my TikTok tribe for a while, I always tell you to educate yourself and do your own research and draw your own conclusions. But it's very important to understand that we in Jamaica still can exercise freedom of speech. If we are not able to exercise freedom of speech in Jamaica, then this will be another Cuba. I grew up in Cuba. I left Cuba when I was 20 years old, and we could not even speak freely in our own homes. We would have to whisper if we were going to say anything negative about Fidel Castro and the regime. If you said anything freely about Fidel Castro, you will be put in jail, you will be investigated, you will lose your job, you will be kicked out of school. So I really hope that something like this never, ever, ever, ever happens in Jamaica and to my fellow Jamaicans. As usual, don't jump. Don't drink your tea when it's too hot. Don't put your panty them in a bundle. Do your own research and educate yourself and exercise your freedom of speech wisely. Thank you so much for watching. Mushallah.
These societies are the beacons of freedom.
Cut the shit off.
What is it?
But what is he doing?
I don't know. I really don't know.
And in those societies, they have recognized the dangers of allowing this kind of unregulated free flow of misinformation to reign.
I think it's critically important that people understand the difference between misinformation and disinformation. I said disinformation is the deliberate attempt to mislead with false or deceptive information.
People are saying that the vaccines are unnatural. There's nothing unnatural. God created it.
Okay.
Misinformation is simply someone's truth on a Monday being demonstrated on a Friday that it's not the situation.
In countries like Canada, for example.
There's been a lot of buzz about this fake news. You were the subject of a fake news story.
Oh yeah, what'd they say? I was running for president. No, I voted.
You were running,
no, what'd they say?
You switched your support.
I switched
Trump.
yeah.
What do you make of all the fake news and it affects
If you don't read the newspaper, you're uninformed. If you do read it, you're misinformed.
So what do you do?
That's a great question. What is the long-term effect of too much information? One of the effects is the need to be first, not even to be true anymore. So what a responsibility you all have to tell the truth, not just to be first, but to tell the truth. We live in a society now where it's just first. Who cares? Get it out there. We don't care who it hurts. We don't care who we destroy. We don't care if it's true. Just say it, sell it. Anything you practice, you'll get good at, including BS.
Even in the United States.
So somebody wants to be called Z or Zer. Why not?
I don't care what people want to be called. That's fine, but that doesn't mean I should be compelled by law to call them that. The government has absolutely no business whatsoever, ever, governing the content of your voluntary speech. Like, I don't even like hate speech laws. I think they're a big mistake. And that says what you can't say, right? This is what you have to say. that's a whole different
So you were personally willing to accommodate people if they want to be called something odd?
We could have a conversation about that, and if I was convinced that you knew why you were asking that was actually in your best interest, and you weren't just attempting to exercise ideological control over me for reasons that had absolutely nothing to do with you personally, then I might consider it in my private conversation, just like I would if you asked me to use a nickname, for example.
They have taken steps through their Senate, through their Congress, through their Parliament, to call in the social media companies and say, listen, we see where your social media platforms have tried to influence our elections. You have to moderate.
Shut up. Our social media warriors like Keisha Mack, Alex Higgs, Selena, Oral Campbell, Bridget Watson, Dana Van de Paz, Black Italian, Jay Brown, Alex Jano, Mr. and Mrs. Dottyman, Chopper John West from the Chopping Block, who is our personal Ian Harding.
Because they realize it is creating a problem.
Wow, man.
It is an accelerant for conspiracies.
So what is the long-term effect of too much information? The polarization of the electorate? A meaner spiritness?
And false information as well, because the whole fake news thing.
Pick one. It's not just one. That's the flavor of the day. Every day is something else. People have to understand, are you using your device or is your device using you? Can you put it down? Can you turn it off?
You're talking about literally the places people get their information from.
I don't care what information. Pick one. Phone, television. You know, it used to be news. Now it's opinion news. Oh, glasses. We have 3 experts on the right, 3 on the left. Let's discuss. Ooh, light bulbs. We have 3 experts on the right. That's not news. That's opinion news. Well, over and over and over. Cycle. What is the long-term effect of too much information? If you're sitting there and you're thinking it's the gospel, what I'm saying to people is, to all of us, I'm not knocking the phone. What I'm saying is we have to understand, we have to at least ask ourselves, around the world, you here in England, wherever you are, what is it doing to us?
It is being used to mislead and misinform. So I'm saying to you, the young people here today, yes, it's the new platform for information, but you must use it wisely. You must use it with discernment. Not everything that is posted is true. Check, question, and if it is not so, dismiss it. This is not an attempt to in any way dull your voice.
Stop it.
But it is now time that you use your voice for the defense of truth.
What the fuck what did you just say?
That you must make your voice heard for the defense of truth, and when people put nonsense on social media, you must tell them it's nonsense, not number so. People are saying that the vaccines are unnatural. There's nothing unnatural. God created it. It's nonsense, not number so.
Y'all are trash. Like, y'all are so trash. I want you to know that I'm talking to you, so I'm going to say your name, then I'm going to call you trash.
There's a very fine line between freedom of speech and censorship. There's a very fine line between fake news and truth you don't want to hear.
Then you no talk about una leader, you and Andrew Holness. A leader don't follow. A leader leads. Una a follower. I want people to follow una down in a rabbit hole. I have people not follow una, then una try bully people and call people incompetent and people not have no sense. Because of una alone, una mama born with sense. Yeah?
It's nonsense, not number so. People are saying that the vaccines are unnatural. There's nothing unnatural. God created it. It's nonsense, not number so.
Now me certainly know say you and your Prime Minister number 28 doesn't agree with what Mr. Trump is doing right now. But sorry for no, because number 28, you feel like say you can't come tell people about you go track them down because them talk, because them speak about you. Mr. Trump say freedom of speech, so me make you hear.
After years and years of illegal and unconstitutional federal efforts to restrict free expression, I will also sign an executive order to immediately stop all government censorship and bring back free speech to America.
Oh my God. It's like night and day. Thank you, God. Thank you, God.
So you need to get it clearly and understand yourself. Mr. Trump also said no same-sex sitting. You understand what I say to you? A man is a man and a woman is a woman.
Personally, as the Prime Minister, to see it decriminalised.
What I would like to see is the process being further open. We in Jamaica believe strongly against discrimination. The truth is that our history has been one where we as a people have been discriminated against. So the conversation about tolerance, protecting people's rights, particularly human rights, is one that we take seriously. And Jamaica is evolving. 10 years ago, there would have been a much harder line on the issue of sexuality, particularly from a religious perspective. But I think that over the last 10 years of conversation, the society is openly discussing the issue, and views are changing. The church in Jamaica does not have a unified position. It is evolving. There is discussion in our parliament now regarding the change to a specific.
Criminal referrals.
This week,
and I am going to be meeting with the Justice Department,
the
just so they know.
government policy of trying to socially engineer race and gender into every aspect of public and private life.
Balkanization. Divide and conquer. Call it out. Don't give it lip service. Explain what it is. Ban it with executive
We will
orders.
forge a society that is colorblind and merit-based.
Meritocracy. Federal law, no federal money to any wokeism.
As of today, it will henceforth be the official policy of the United States government that there are only two genders, male and female.
And they're going to ban men in women's sports. Roll it back. They made their move. They failed.
So, get your priorities straight in the number 28. Get your priorities straight. But you want to see it open in Jamaica.
Personally, as the Prime Minister, to see it decriminalised.
What I would like to see is the process being further open.
I don't know wrong with you, you know. Me tell you, say you is a sick man, you know. You're sick, man. You need to go check your psychiatric, cause you're sick in the head. Me don't know what happened to you. What happened to our culture will make us Jamaicans? Why you feel like say you can just damage that, or you can speak for every Jamaican? Your philosophy, number 28, is your philosophy. And you need for respect our next Jamaican philosophy. You for respect the culture of Jamaica, what makes Jamaica, Jamaica.
Roll it back. They made their move. They failed. Made their move. They failed. Savor this, my friends. Savor this, because we've gone through a lot to be
This
this
week,
moment.
I will reinstate any service members who were unjustly expelled from our military for objecting to the COVID vaccine mandate.
Yes.
With full back pay.
Yes. Good start. Bringing in RFK Jr. in. Big start. Fire at will.
And I will sign an order to stop our warriors from being subjected to radical political theories and social experiments while on duty. It's going to end immediately. Our armed forces will be freed to focus on their sole mission, defeating America's enemies.
The enemies within the Democratic Party. Look at the scum. All pardoning themselves. Thought Jamie Raskin said only criminals get pardoned. Only the guilty. Guilty.